Like, I've seen a lot of heavyweight, even Francis, who's like the greatest, scariest power striker I've ever seen in the heavyweight division. No one's scarier than Francis. Francis does not move like Tom Aspinall. Tom Aspinall is significantly faster than every other heavyweight. That's a real problem.
Do you reckon you would ever go into boxing? Obviously, I know you've had one fight.
Yeah, I don't know.
You was good at boxing, though. Coming from an MMA background.
Yeah, but I spent my whole life doing MMA now, haven't I? For me to be like 33 and then think that I'm going to win a world title in boxing, it's unrealistic.
I don't know so much, because with your speed as heavyweight, you got to think in boxing.
No, I reckon I could have a couple of like big fights.
This is why fighters fear Ryan Garcia. Against him, you don't just lose rounds, you lose moments. One blink, one hesitation, one misstep, and the fight ends before your body even knows what hit it. That fear is once again in the spotlight as Ryan Garcia gets ready for his upcoming clash with Mario Barrios.
Tom Aspinall, the guy who just won the interim title. He's phenomenal. And he is, again, the next the next advancement of the evolution of the sport.
How so?
Well, because he can do everything. That guy's got elite jiu-jitsu. He's got elite takedowns. His striking is outstanding. I mean, he knocked out Sergey, who's the scariest fucking striker in all of MMA.
Yeah.
And he knocked him out in the first round. And the way he did it was just picture perfect. And he did it with a fucked up back. He fucked his back up and wasn't able to train for like he his back up in one of the sessions when because he only got the fight call 2 weeks before the event.
I was just going to say, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's just
he didn't even train
early.
He didn't even train. He couldn't train.
He couldn't
train. So he just went out there and fought. He just said, let my back heal up. I'm fit enough.
Yeah.
I'm in shape enough. I'll do whatever I can do in training, but he couldn't wrestle.
Yeah.
He couldn't do much sparring. His back was fucked up. So he had to kind of let it heal as much as it could in like 10 days and then go out and fight the scariest guy in the sport
ever. Yeah. Crazy. Did you call that?
Yeah.
I knew you called it, but did you call,
no, I had no idea. I had no idea. Both of those main events, I had no idea. It was like you couldn't. Sergey could connect on anybody and put them to sleep. He just knocked out Derek Lewis in one round. He knocked out Tai Tuivasa in one round.
Yes.
He was a monster. And so you watch Sergey and you go, I don't know. You watch Aspinall. Like, I knew Aspinall was going to have a speed advantage because he's faster than any heavyweight.
Yeah.
And that's something that his coach drilled into him when he was young.
Speed.
Like, be fast. Like, you got to be fast. That's what's going to separate you from everybody else.
Speed kills.
Speed.
Yeah.
And he's a giant dude, 260 plus pounds, but he moves like a fast young guy.
Yeah.
Like a light guy. And so and he's also just so well-rounded. And he's just beginning. When you dropped him in the second round, I jumped off the couch.
I would say something. I was very underestimated. They didn't know that I could have do something. If they have known that beforehand, maybe this fight would have never happened.
There it is. Why are you dancing in front of him?
When we started fight, when the referee said, okay, you guys go to your corner, he said, let me take you to school. The dancing was like, you're a bad professor, you're a bad teacher.
And suddenly, the boxing world is once again torn between hype, doubt, and a very real sense of danger. Ryan Garcia doesn't intimidate opponents with pressure or punch volume. He scares them with speed. Real speed. Fight-altering speed. The kind that makes seasoned fighters hesitate before throwing a punch, knowing that a miss by even an inch means an instant counter. Garcia's recent impressive performances reminded everyone why his name always brings tension.
I think of Anthony Joshua and Francis Ngannou.
Oh, brother.
Crazy,
man,
right?
It sucks. I thought if Anthony was gonna be able to like really shock the world, I was like, I give him Anthony Joshua first. I was thinking that like he could have Andy Ruiz. Like, Joshua is known for like kind of getting caught and he gets rocked.
Did you see the boxing match last night? Did you talk to Eddie after it?
I did not. I mean, I saw it on social media. Yeah.
What did you make of that finish in the Francis fight?
What do you mean? What did I make?
Yeah,
what did I make of it?
When you saw it, like it was. People are saying it's one of the more violent knockouts in boxing history.
Yeah, I mean, going into the Fury fight, if Fury trained for the fight and didn't show up and, look like he ate Tyson Fury, that's probably the way that fight would have ended too. I mean, listen, the crossover, you know how I feel about crossovers into boxing, and that's how they end, just like that.
Tom Aspinall's the guy. He's the guy.
And what about Francis Ngannou? You having him? You want some?
The day that I start ducking out of fights and turning opponents down and stuff like that is the day that I'm going to retire. I'll fight anyone, I'll fight anytime, and I'll fight anywhere. Never turn down a fight in my life. Never will. The day that I start thinking about turning down fights is the day that I'll retire. So to answer the question, whoever they want me to fight is who I'm going to fight.
A left hook from Ryan Garcia isn't just fast, it's almost invisible until it lands. Fighters don't see it coming, they feel it when their legs are already gone. That weapon alone changes how opponents approach him before the first bell even rings. That's what fuels the fear. Opponents don't fight Ryan Garcia freely, they hesitate, hold back, and fight tight. And once hesitation sets in, Garcia becomes even more dangerous, thriving on openings that appear for only a fraction of a second.
It would be a blockbuster event. I think the whole world would come out.
There's a big card you keep talking about that you want to be on, a White House card, right?
Yeah, dude.
Who do you want for that? You want Pereira?
I'd like to fight Alex Pereira at the White House. I feel like he's incredibly respectful. I feel like he's a household name in America and MMA. Everybody knows who he is. He's a champion. He's in the conversation of being one of the greatest fighters of all time. It would be a blockbuster event. I think the whole world would come out. I've beat many Brazilians over the course of my life. Either way that fight were to go, no one loses in that fight. It generates so many millions for the sport. There's just no losing when you have such high level people competing who respect each other.
When you talk about the White House and having the greatest American fighter of all time, I mean, how can you have a White House card without literally the GOAT? The GOAT.
This eye's still a little bit blurry. The other part of this eye is blurry. But the main thing that's bothering me at the minute is double vision.
When he's looking up and in, the left eye is going up and in extremely well. The right eye is kind of stopping. You see how the right eye is just not as high up as the left, and that's a restriction. So the eye wants to go and he wants to track it, but the more I do this, the more he's going to start aching in that upper inner aspect. And what he's going to do is, if he's in a fight situation, he's not going to be dealing with it. He doesn't want the ache in the eye, and he also doesn't want to have double. So what he's going to do is tilt his head. So that's on that side. If you look at the left, which should be matching it, so you're looking across, up, 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 as much as you can. And you can see how, again, with the right eye, it's up and out, but the left eye is just not able to go as extremely up as possible.
When I got poked in the eye, obviously, and then people were like, his eye wasn't even red. Does your eye always go red when there's something wrong, or is that?
You can absolutely lose your vision without having a painful red eye. So you don't need a red eye to have blurred vision at all. So no.
Yeah. So how long till I can train properly, spar?
It's a long road ahead, but the prognosis is guarded at the moment. I would recommend that you wouldn't fight until your double vision is resolved.
Tom Aspinall went to the doctors, and the doctors has confirmed that he's got some issues with his eyeballs. He's got some soft tissue damage to the eyeballs, and that will happen when a 6'6" Frenchman sticks both of his fingers knuckle deep into your eyeballs, okay? So that's not surprising. But what is surprising is that he has something called Brown syndrome, which basically is where the eyes aren't moving in tandem with one another. So therefore, the eyes, which are basically cameras, right, for your brain, in case you don't know, they're seeing different images. And when you see different images, you see double, or maybe sometimes the brain cuts out one of the images so that it doesn't get confusing and you don't get headaches and stuff like that. And then, of course, when you're only seeing through one eye, you have problems with depth perception.
Think about Dana White saying Tom didn't continue.
Tom didn't want to continue in the fight, so.
And then also, who gives it to eye pokes?
Who gives it?
Well, listen, I didn't continue. I'll tell you why I didn't continue. Because I'm not a dummy. Like, I'm not going to go out there and fight one of the best strikers in the world if I can't see. I know, as an MMA fighter, look, things are going to happen in the fight that compromise you. Go back and watch my fight with Arlovski. At the end of the first round, he punched me right in the eyeball.
Final 20 seconds of the first round. Oh! Big right from Arlovski.
For the rest of that fight, I couldn't see him out that eye. That's fine. If you get punched or kicked in the eye, that's fine. But if you get double eye poked in both eyes and you've got no vision because of a foul, why should I carry on so some dummy can look and say, oh yeah, Tom just got knocked out? Because I ain't gonna fight if I can't see anything because of a foul.
You go for it. You go for it. You're the one who started that, so you go for it. That's why this matchup with Mario Barrios is generating so much attention. Stylistically, Barrios brings toughness, durability, and a willingness to stand his ground. He's not easily intimidated, comfortable in exchanges, and believes that if he can survive Garcia's early speed, the fight will slow down and shift into his world. That's the plan many fighters have tried against Garcia. But that plan carries huge risk, because Ryan Garcia doesn't need rounds, he needs moments. And Barrios' style, while brave, keeps him in range long enough for Garcia to capitalize on exactly that. Boxing critics remain divided. Some think Barrios' size and grit could challenge Garcia in ways others haven't, especially if the fight stretches and turns physical. They argue that Garcia still has questions to answer when things don't go perfectly. Others see this as a nightmare matchup for Barrios, believing Garcia's timing, speed, and confidence make it the kind of fight that can end suddenly and decisively.